Well, good morning, our beloveds. This is take two. Our another is up front. Oh, look, the sun is coming up. What perfect timing. We are here to remind you today that you are here for a purpose. You are here to explore your innate wisdom. When man moves from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age, it means that the vibrational imprint within which you were born must be reactivated. And that means that there is a reset of sorts that will occur, the dark night of the soul, as many of you are aware. You will learn to become a different version of you. It's not better. It's just different. Look at any person whom you know who has experienced great calamity. One would not say that they are changed for the better from one perspective, because you watch them suffer immensely and no one can help. But it does change them for the better internally, even though their outternal world, what is an outternal world? It is the outer world that continues to turn while you are suffering. Nobody notices you're suffering after a while. The day to day, the night to night, it all continues as if your suffering wasn't happening. Nobody really cares. It's just you and those impacted by the loss, the pain, the trauma, the hurt, the harm. You are left to internalize it, to process it, to figure out meaning in it if you can, and to figure out a way out of the other end, while everybody else just seems to continue. Have you ever gone to the hospital with a loved one to visit and you're worrying, will they live or will they die? And everybody else around you just seems to be in their regular rhythm of life. Nobody knows the pain, the struggles of your inner world. We want you to know that it is part of the journey. It is part of the process of remembering who you are. We must break down the threads and the fibers of what holds your construct together, because it's no longer working for you. Your belief system that you were so protected and so loved, or whatever it is. Because oftentimes it is within a protective shell that you believe these things, and not in grounded reality. And this is a time, as we move into the Aquarian age, that man will be cracked like a peanut shell, a walnut, a chestnut. It doesn't matter. Your hard outer protective shell that you have cocooned yourself in, cocoon, there's the key phrase right there, right? When the chrysalis is done forming, shaping, refiguring, reconfiguring, you are ready to be birthed. And your cocoon will open up. And it feels like death. And yet it is birth. And we cannot birth any of you until you are fully formed. And so each of you are emerging at different times and points in history, and is designed specifically for you and no one else. So just try to find the beauty in the destruction, that there's life to come after birth. Death is not a separator. Death is simply a state of transition where you merge with and re-emerge into your original form. But you cannot believe what you cannot believe until you are ready. And that's fact. We, the loving universe, want you to understand that there is beauty in the pain because that is where your greatest lessons are learned. And man does not willingly walk on the flames of fire or even ashes that are still warm because it hurts. But sometimes the only way out is through, and it is the pain that will transform you into a better version of you. And just remember that you all came up with this construct, no one else, and you all voluntarily came to explore this. And so when you get into your victim mindset, which is normal and healthy and appropriate, that as you move through those stages from the first chakra to the seventh, that at some point, when you reach the sixth chakra, the third eye, that you may see it through new eyes and a new vibration, that which was to shape you and form you was maybe the greatest gift, because you learned about a different side of you, a different part of you, which makes sense now that we have shaved off all of that which no longer was you, to allow the real you to emerge. A whittled stick that creates shape and form through a harsh, hard, sharp blade, and sometimes a dull blade, to allow the real you to emerge, to find herself within this block of wood, so to speak. We trust that you know what you're doing, and you will get where you're meant to get when you are meant to get there, and not before. The chrysalis cannot open before it, the you, has been fully formed. That you know that your wings are perfectly created, that your sense of flight and height and intuition is fully formed, so that you can explore the world not as a caterpillar, but as a butterfly or some other flying object. You will see what this means when you begin to soar, and just recognize that you don't need to understand that this is true and real and what it means, only that it will come to for you in this lifetime or maybe another, though if you are listening, more likely in this one. It is time for revolution, but it is not with boots on the ground. It is within the heart, where you transform yourself into the most loving version of yourself, whatever that means, and then just find purpose in your day-to-day existence. Even if you don't save the world, you only save yourselves. That is the mission these days. How do you stay focused on saving yourselves while being of service to the universe? And so it is. Namaste.